What do you do when the person you betrayed acts as if you don't even exist? That's the question I've been wrestling with for weeks. My name is Isabel. I'm 32. And somehow, I became that woman. The one who blew up the most stable, loving part of her life for a fleeting thrill. I never imagined I'd end up here, sleeping alone in a shabby studio apartment, surrounded by silence, haunted by memories I can't undo. It started 6 years ago when I met Nathan. Everything felt magical. We connected instantly. 8 months later, we were living together. By year 2, we bought a cozy little house in a quiet suburb. Everyone said we were perfect together. And for a while, I believed them. Nathan was dependable, thoughtful, the kind of man who brought me coffee just the way I liked it. He massaged my feet after long days. He never mocked my obsession with reality TV. Life felt safe with him. But somewhere along the way, the spark began to fade. For years in, our life had grown predictable. Work, dinner, TV, bed, repeat. The spontaneous date nights, the little surprises, the lingering kisses, they were gone. Comfort had turned into monotony. I started noticing the distance. His text slowed. He came home later, and when he did, his gaze barely met mine. But instead of having an honest conversation, I began listening to voices outside our marriage. "You're settling," my friend Kira whispered during our girls' nights. "You're still young, Izzy. Don't waste your prime being bored." Lana, another friend, who treated marriage like a seasonal hobby, echoed the same message. "If he's not making you feel desired, someone else will." And then came Dylan. He was the new guy at work. Sharp suits, confident smirk, and a way of making me feel like I was the only person in the room. It started as harmless banter, then the texts began. At first about projects, then music, weekends, childhood scars. He listened, laughed, truly saw me. I told myself it was just friendly, but deep down, I wanted him to notice me. I craved the feeling of being attractive, desired, alive. The first kiss happened after a work happy hour in his car, music low, lips too close. I went home feeling sick, yet more alive than I had in years. Guilt came at first, but with every drink, every glance, every late night at the office, it became easier to justify. Nathan was too distracted, too comfortable, too oblivious. Then I crossed the line. Nathan said he had to work late. I saw my chance. I invited Dylan over. Our home, our bedroom, the same room where Nathan once kissed my forehead and said I was his forever. I won't go into details, you know what happened, but I will say this. It wasn't love. It was ego. Selfishness wrapped in wine-stained sheets and dimmed lights. Part of me, some foolish part, wanted to get caught. Maybe Nathan would see how far apart we'd drifted. Maybe he would fight for me. But he didn't fight. That night, he came home early. Dylan had already left. I was cleaning, erasing lipstick from glasses, fluffing pillows we had no business on. When I greeted Nathan with a kiss, he flinched. "How was work?" I asked, pretending everything was normal. "Fine," he said. One word, no feeling. He didn't eat, didn't sit beside me, slept in the guest room. The next morning, he looked at me like I was a stranger. "I want to break up," he said, staring at his coffee.
"What?"
"Why?" Panic rising. "I just do. You need to move out by next week." And that was it. No yelling. No confrontation. Just silence. Cold, deafening silence. I begged him to talk. He refused.
Cried. Called.
Texted. Nothing. I reached out to friends. Most stopped answering. Even his sister, who once called me a bonus sibling, turned cold. "Are you seriously asking what you did?" she snapped before hanging up. And suddenly it clicked. He knew.
I didn't know how.
Maybe he came home early. Maybe a neighbor saw Dylan's car. Maybe he just felt it, but he knew. And everyone else seemed to know, too. The next time I saw Nathan was when he came to collect his things. I stayed, needing to hear it out loud. And he did. "I saw you in our bed with him." I tried to speak, but nothing came out. "That wasn't a mistake," he said. "That was betrayal." I offered therapy, apologies, explanations. "You didn't talk to me when you were unhappy," he said, eyes hollow. You just replaced me. And now I'm done. He walked out. 6 years.
Gone.
And I was left alone with guilt, shame, and the knowledge that I had destroyed the only person who ever truly loved me. Just Dylan. Not even him anymore, his name had become poison. He kept trying to reach out, wanting to start something, as if we were Romeo and Juliet. I blocked him. Kira, my party friend, let me crash for a few weeks. Even she flinched when I admitted the truth. You brought him into your house, she whispered. Jesus, Izzy. Eventually, I moved into a peeling studio apartment, took a new job, lower pay, anonymity. Nathan? Thriving. A mutual friend told me he got promoted, dating someone new, beautiful. Someone who probably appreciates the man I carelessly discarded. Sometimes I reach for my phone, tempted to apologize, to ask if there's a chance, but I don't. He was right. He owes me nothing. I don't deserve it. I lost Nathan. Our home. Our future. And for what? A fleeting illusion of being wanted by someone who never really knew me. The worst part isn't loneliness. It's knowing I chose this. I made this bed, and now I sleep in it alone.